Can you believe what you've just seen? Bank. Pace car is off. Ready to go. All furniture row, front row. Watch for that target car of Kyle Larson entering the Geico restart zone. Let's go! Larson's trying to split him. He's in between the two Toyotas. He bounces off Martin Truex Jr. right in front of Matt Kenseth, and he's on the low line. Kyle Larson with a blinding restart. Has Truex got anything for him down the back straight? Trevor Bayne in the 6-2. What a great start from the Roush Fenway driver. Coming to the line, and once Kyle Larson crosses here to get the white, it will be final. White flag to the 42 Chip Ganassi racing driver. Less than 2 miles to go. There's a hat trick on the line.
Oh my God! Give me one more set of corners, buddy, then you can celebrate all you want, bud.
One more set of corners, buddy. Kyle Larson got back here at 2:45 this morning after coming second in Knoxville. There is no second place here. Kyle Larson coming to the line with Truex chasing will win his 3rd time in a row here in Michigan. 63-time winner in Cup Series competition, Kyle Busch. We go into overtime, presented by Credit One Bank. Let's go! Is it going to be somebody with a win already this season, or is it going to be a fresh winner race their way into the playoffs? Kyle Busch leads the way. He has not won since 2023 and is desperate for a win. He's coming off one of his best results of the season last weekend in Michigan, but he's being pushed by Christopher Bell. A little bit of space, a little bit of room. Harrison Burton's not out of it. Cody Ware's not out of it. And Parker Retzlaff is having the moment of his racing life, being at the front of this field. 1 to go here in Daytona.
Nemechek made it 3 wide in that second lane, that second line, and that has killed the momentum.
You've got to go back a long, long way for Kyle Busch. 2008, the last time he won here at Daytona, and now he is tantalizingly close to that victory. But here comes Harrison Burton for the Wood Brothers. He's being pushed by Parker Retzlaff, and the 23-year-old from Huntersville, North Carolina, is at the front of this field and may race his way into the playoffs. Busch goes low, Burton blocks, he gets back up, comes to the line. Jeff, your little boy, has done it. Harrison Burton wins in Daytona and does what his uncle and dad did. How about that?
Oh, good run by Busch right here. Made some forward momentum on him.
3 laps to go, and just under 0.3 of a second between these two.
Briscoe got in too low that time. Allowed Busch to make a little bit of gain on him.
This sellout crowd has been treated to one heck of a finish, and it's not over yet.
Oh, touched the wall once.
Here comes Kyle Busch. 2 laps to go. These two were beating and banging on each other 4 years ago in the Xfinity Series race. And it was Briscoe who came out on top. Now look at Kyle Busch on that low line. And he hits the wall. Briscoe hits the wall. There is nothing between these two at the end of 500 miles. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Can Briscoe hang on? Or has Kyle Busch got something? Both guys are going to break a very long winless streak. But who will it be? Kyle Busch throwing everything at Chase Briscoe he can. It's a win and you're in. And the 29-year-old from Mitchell, Indiana, Chase Briscoe wins the Southern 500 and is going to the playoffs. Hocevar on the right, SVG on the inside alongside Ross Chastain. Here we go. Do we finish it off? Van Gisbergen tries to unsettle Buscher, puts it on the inside, gets on the gas. It's Van Gisbergen and Buscher side by side to you, Mike.
Wheel to wheel for the lead, coming to the S's, and it's SVG. He'll power past Buscher and go to the lead. Buscher now to second. Third now will be Carson Hocevar. Chastain in fourth, but SVG, your new leader in NASCAR overtime.
Top four breakaway. Can Chris Buscher get it regathered and try to come back for a charge at Shane Van Gisbergen? He gets into the bus stop well. The top two have started to squirt away from the field. Now Buscher sideways, hustling that 17 car as he tries to track down Shane Van Gisbergen through the carousel. Top two breaking away out of 5.
It was a little bit of contact from SVG to the 17 that presented this opportunity for the lead. If Buscher can catch him, he has a permission slip now to use the same tactic, but I don't think he can. I think SVG has the fastest race car.
SVG shows his experience. 1 lap to go to figure it out. 7 corners at the Glen to try to stay clear of Chris Buscher. The battle on for third behind with Chastain and Hocevar.
And no matter what happens on this lap, the race will be determined. Do you know what? If you go back to 2012, a former NASCAR driver by the name of Marcus Ambrose drove to a spectacular victory, being hounded by Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski is one of the co-owners of the team of the car doing the chasing. Chris Buscher is hounding down Shane Van Gisbergen, who happens to be mentored by Marcus Ambrose. Marcus will be back in Australia watching this, and it's shades of Keselowski and Ambrose all over again. Buscher gets on the inside of SVG and says, "You pushed me around earlier, I'm going to give it back." Incredible on this final lap. Van Gisbergen's only got one real shot left at it. Maybe 2. Thinks about it into turn 6. Did Buscher save the best to last? Or has Van Gisbergen got a little payback? He gets wide. He loses it almost. He has to gather it up, but he can't do it. Chris Buscher wins at the Glen in the most spectacular style. What did we just see? Yellowwood 500 here at Talladega Super Speedway, going into overtime. The fans on their feet. Let's go! Who's got the magic on the big track? They played nice for so long, but now the gloves are off in overtime.
The outside lane has more cars lined up. Here comes Tristan Rebel to the 5.
Look at Kyle Busch, that blue 8 on the top line, doing what he can. Eric Jones in the pink and white car in the mix. Keselowski on the low line.
Both front rows got separated from each other. Now they're trying to get hooked back up.
The driver of car number 6 has won here 6 times. Stenhouse is fighting back on the outside. Van Gisbergen goes really wide and high. White flag out. Next flag will end the race.
Kyle Busch to the outside.
Overtime presented by Credit One Bank. Who's got the magic in these final 2.5 miles? Busch is out of it. He's been sent back. Stenhouse in the green and white machine. William Byron, Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson in the 5. We've had some dramatic finishes this year, and it's got that feeling about it again. Keselowski got bounced out of the playoffs at the last round. The built Submarines car is in front, but for how much longer? Here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr. through the tri-oval. Keselowski down low.
Good work, dude. Let's see, we get it.
Reddick still in touch. 3 to go.
Reddick, I think, is the wild card. I think the more laps they get on the tire, the older tires matter less. He's so good at the top.
That's what he loves doing.
That was a big run down the back straightaway. Blaney was fast on the bottom. He's going to go to the right to the middle of the racetrack.
Reddick ripping the boards. That's what he loves to do here.
Oh, advantage Reddick right here. Reddick with a run. Can he get to the back bumper of Blaney? 2 to go.
3 miles is going to determine somebody's championship picture.
Oh, big run in the middle of the corner by Blaney.
Oh, look at this! Down the back straight. JGR versus Team Penske. Blaney versus Hamlin. And Blaney's got his nose in front.
All the way.
The champ wants a chance to defend. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Less than 1.5 miles from here. Now Reddick on the low side.
Hamlin goes to the top. He's looking for the huge run down the backstretch, but can Reddick do it from the bottom?
This championship this year has given us some of the most incredible closing moments. You pick this one. Blaney, Reddick, or Hamlin. Reddick is not done with yet. Tyler Reddick just drives all the way around Ryan Blaney. Can you believe what you've just seen? Reddick's going to Phoenix. Tyler Reddick wins the Straight Talk 400 in the time when it counts.
Larson and Chase Elliott, the 2 Hendrick cars. If one of them can win, it would put their teammate Alex Bowman in. There's a lot of dynamics at the front of this pack.
2 teammates in the top 4, Ryan Preece and Chris Buscher. Here comes Larson, makes a 3rd lane, and it's going to leave Ryan Preece with nobody to help. And that's not a view that he's enjoying.
He did nothing wrong. Preece did absolutely nothing wrong.
Now can they muster up a run to attack Haley? Here comes the 5 with a run off turn 2.
Big block. You have to put a block on here. Didn't get it done.
Boy, that 5 team and Larson, they need this boost heading into the playoffs. It's been a rough year ever since doing the double and Indy and the Coke 600. Look at Cole Custer in the 41 up against the fence. Larson's got his teammate in Elliott to come to his aid. What about Haley? They are coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Cole Custer has gone to the front of this race.
He's gotten way out in front, though. Look at the gap that he's given Blaney.
Larson in the middle. Haley down low, being pushed by Chris Buscher. 3 hopefuls in the top 4 positions. Now Haley goes up to the fence, comes back down across in front of Cole Custer. Ryan Blaney now comes into the mix. Can you believe the finish that we are about to see? Cole Custer and Ryan Blaney. This would be epic for Haas factory team. Ryan Blaney ahead of Custer, coming to the line. Ryan Blaney's going to do it. Wow! They spin across. Raced a cup car here. The Truck Series sensation is in the mix of it, is in the thick of it at the end of the Bass Pro Shops night race. In the last great Coliseum, we're about to see an epic fight over these closing 4 laps.
Go.
Carson Hocevar takes the field to green. Zane Smith has the inside run. Bell is pushing. Look at that 20. The 2 youngsters go high, and Bell goes straight through to the lead. Christopher Bell, when it counts most. And Keselowski goes through on the inside. 3 laps to go for Christopher Bell to win in the playoffs. He won 3 races in succession earlier this season, and there's been a lot of frustration. He went berserk on the radio after the race last weekend with frustration and disappointment and anger, and now he's only 2 laps from victory in the playoffs. Joe Gibbs Racing has dominated these 2025 playoffs with Chase Briscoe, with Denny Hamlin, and now it's Christopher Bell, who's one lap to go, thanks to Credit One Bank, away from victory. But Keselowski's not done with yet. Here comes Brad. Hits him hard.
Good, perfect. Stay on
Bell
it, dude.
sustains it, and Bell's going to drive to victory. How about that? Christopher Bell, by Credit One Bank, Bubba Wallace and Christopher Bell. A couple of Toyotas on that front row. How will they be helped by their teammates, or if at all? Let's have another go at it. Back under green to try and finish off this Hollywood Casino 400. Wallace in front for the time being. Briscoe goes up high like he did a little earlier. It's a drag race down the back stretch towards 3. Bell looks good at the moment. Briscoe goes up high. Hamlin's hugging the low side. Look how close these two are here. And here comes Chase Briscoe. It's the 3 JGR Toyotas. Wallace is still hanging on. Hamlin has come up as a second. With those power steering issues, the man who has led 160 laps today still has a chance on this final lap. Briscoe's in the wall. Bubba's hanging on. Here comes Hamlin. Driving that car with no power steering. Bubba's in the wall. He's fighting his boss for this win. Chase Elliott comes through on the inside. Oh my goodness. Chase Elliott. How about that? And who's going to perform the biggest on the big track? Back to racing, and the teammates on the front row. William Byron on the inside, Kyle Larson on the outside. Who's going to make the right decision at the right time? Hocevar in the 77, pushing William Byron. Bubba Wallace pushing Kyle Larson. The teammates on the third row from Joe Gibbs Racing.
Someone's got to make it 3 wide at some point. Who's the first one to do it?
Look at that top line. They're stuck together. Absolutely stuck together. Kyle Busch says, Jeff, I was thinking about making a third lane. Yeah, I will make a third lane.
Up front, big push on the top right here. The 23, will he stay with the 5? He will so far. He's going to push the 5 out to the lead. Will the 5 go down the block? He will, and the 23 will jump to his outside.
But the 23 has good momentum for the 19. Good push. Now the bottom lane is more organized.
3 playoff drivers in the top 4 positions. Bubba Wallace doesn't care about that. He wants another win at Talladega. Kyle Larson's trying to get his first ever win on a super speedway. Wallace has half a car length at the moment. The Hendrick teammates, what's happened? Look at this, Larson is out. Maybe out of gas. That leaves Wallace. Here comes Briscoe on the inside. Ty Gibbs has got a chance. Gilliland's got a chance. Tucked up on that low line. The Joe Gibbs Racing teammates with Bubba Wallace up high. They're in the shadows of the tri-oval. Briscoe, Wallace, Gibbs. Chase Briscoe's going to get his first win on a super speedway and lock his way into the championship 4. Byron spins through into the shadow to decide this 2025 championship. Is it going to be Kyle Larson? Is it going to be Denny Hamlin?
You ready? Green.
Here we go to determine the championship. NASCAR Overtime presented by Credit One Bank. Hamlin on that far right. Look for the big P on the hood. And he's almost level with Larson. Larson's way up high. And look at Larson shoot around them all. Logano gets a little bit squiggly. Keselowski leads. 3 wide down into turn 3. Kyle Larson has the advantage here. White flag is out. Final lap of the season, presented by Credit One Bank. There is less than a mile between Kyle Larson and a second NASCAR Cup Series championship. Hamlin isn't within reach. Incredible day, incredible scenes. And the 33-year-old from Elk Grove, California, Kyle Larson, comes to the line and is a 2-time champion.